Live from New York at the biggest show in legal technology, this is TECHNOCAT Live, and I am here with none other than Esther Birnbaum from Interactive Brokers, and we are here to talk all things Legalweek, technology, and frankly, whatever floats our boats. After doing 10 of these in 2 panels, I might die. Welcome. Thank you for coming.
Should we just do like a round robin where you just throw something at me and I just talk?
Yes and yes.
That was not planned in advance. Give me a topic.
All right. Well, let's start with the easy one, the elephant in the room. We're in the room together with 7-ish thousand of our favorite or not so favorite people at Legal Week. How are you liking the show so far?
It seems great. Everyone seems really excited. I don't know if it's because, it's been smaller last year, but there's really good energy.
I feel like people are hyped. Everyone's talking about ChatGPT too. I think maybe that's helping. Or
AI is finally cool.
Oh my God, finally. My dorkiness cred is over now.
No. I mean, we're like cool dorks. That's what I keep telling myself.
I'm embracing that. That's my motto.
I mean, look what you're wearing.
I mean, this is chaos.
It is chaos.
So we were just on a panel. Literally, I had to sprint. I grabbed you and we walked all the way over here. And I think some of the most interesting things that came up were, 1, the doc is dead, but maybe not. And 2, data everywhere. What the heck are we going to do? So do you think the doc is dead?
So I think the doc should be dead. Email and even like chat data is a small percentage of our data collections these days. But I think we talked about that. A lot of our platforms are still built for that, or PDFs, or TIFFs, or things like that. When most of our data is not, in fact, a document. It's everything's on a platform now. More and more, like as we move to the cloud and we use third-party platforms, our data is not a document. Ticketing data is not a document. You shouldn't be collecting it as a document because where's the metadata? But the reality is that often, in requests, whether it be in a litigation, a regulatory request, an investigation, they're asking for documents and they can only intake documents. So,
or cassette tapes.
Yes, I was telling them how about 3 years ago, I received an ESI protocol asking me to produce on a cassette tape, which is my favorite story.
Was there ever a time where the cassette tape would have been appropriate? Because I cannot think of one.
I really don't know, but I kind of feel like sending an ESI protocol with that request is almost malpractice.
I think so too. It's like microfiche.
Yes.
Produced on microfiche.
Yes.
So your panels are done for the week. So what are you looking forward to for the next couple of days? Are you just going to be attending sessions and socializing, or?
Well, when I'm not doing my actual work, recently, being in-house, you are exposed to a lot of different areas of the company who lack a lot of the technology that we use, and just lack a lot of like the automation and tech that legal uses. And there are a lot of use cases for a lot of the tech vendors here for not legal uses. Obviously, not obviously, I work in a financial company, so we have a lot of compliance, and there are compliance uses. So I think that just kind of getting out there, seeing what tech is out there, and seeing like use cases for my company.
No, I love that. And I know for you, you're dealing with massive data volumes and a lot of both atypical in terms of chat data, but also structured data. And so kind of finding the balance of the technology to help with that can be challenging.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of our technology is built for the amount of data. And I think that, a lot of companies especially tech companies who have just like skyrocketed in size in the last few years, which, causes a skyrocket in the size of your data. And I don't think a lot of our platforms or anything is really built for like the sheer scale of data that's out there.
I think that's an opportunity, hopefully, for application of AI earlier in the process, like for almost like an early data analysis as opposed to waiting till towards the review phase.
I know, but my favorite topic is, the AI would be great, but how do you get it there?
I know.
Like in
Gotta
databases.
Direct connected, I know.
Yeah, we talk about this a lot.
Which is how you know that we're still 12% to 94% dorks.
That's a big range.
I mean,
You know, that's like, you know how in like New York State now you have to put like salary ranges on job postings, and they're like, this job is $50,000 to $350,000 salary range, and you're like, that's not helpful.
except for in this case, the low end of the range was not accurate. The high end was.
Cool dorks.
Oh, I love it. So we were talking a little bit also about just kind of the proliferation of new data types. And are you seeing a lot of the chat data in your practice now, or have you kind of blocked it from internal for the corporation for
Well, when you're required to retain like records and communications records, and then you have all these platforms, you know, that not only have, message boards, and then, document level chats, and then also other chats, and then pop up chats, and you're like, wait, but I need to save these, like they're business records. It's a problem, and these platforms aren't built for collections. They're built for use and collaboration, and no one's thinking about, but what if I need to produce them in a litigation? So it's definitely a struggle, but I think it's a struggle that everybody is feeling.
I don't know, that makes total sense. And then you mentioned something interesting on the panel too, in relation to generative AI and ChatGPT. You're like, it's blocked. I don't even want to deal with that inside my organization because I just see the IP risk, the privacy risk, and it's not even on a private, ecosystem yet.
Listen, I would love if everyone went in my company and played on AI all day long, but we've seen big companies immediately block it when this revolution happened, like Verizon and JP Morgan, and like they don't, and Amazon, who doesn't want their programmers like putting code into like their proprietary code, or I think I was saying that on a client call recently, and not on a client call when I was at a law firm, so not so recently, but one of our attorneys, and talking about like foreign document review, said, oh yeah, just put it in Google Translate. And I went like, no, like, no, you can't do that. Like, then you're giving away your data. Like, here, Google. So we think like that.
Google have it, but also it's a pretty bad translation.
Yes, that too. But, I think like that. But I don't think most of the employees at my company think about what happens when you put something into the internet.
The internet is forever.
Yeah.
Well, as we all know, these little chit chats are a sprint and not a marathon. So we're rounding the final yard. I'm going to ask my favorite question. You've already heard it once today.
Do I have to give a different answer?
Yes.
Okay.
So what is your mic drop moment? What is the takeaway you want for someone that's meeting you for the first time or is just chiming in on this conversation? What do you want them to remember?
Ooh.
It's slightly different.
I think that dorks rule the world. Does that work?
You heard it here first. Dorks rule the world.
Yeah, because on a serious note, in a corporation, as somebody who works in technology, like you'd be surprised at how many business functions end up coming to you for your assistance. And like I think all of us in this room are pretty well versed in technology, but like I said, the use cases across business, it's very easy to apply like what we know and what we use to like every different area. So the more you talk about it and the more you like get to know other areas, I think the more you realize like how much you have to give.
All right, I love that. Well, for those of you live streaming, in the description, you can click on Esther's name and follow her on LinkedIn. She has a lot of witty posts from time to time. And what can I say? Live from New York, this has been TECHNOCAT Live with Esther Birnbaum, and our mic is dropped. Thank you guys for joining.
Thank you.